Leadership is often equated with influence, the ability to inspire, motivate, and guide others towards a common goal. But Ciulla challenges us to look deeper, to recognize that true leadership extends far beyond mere influence. It's about a moral obligation to lead with integrity, fairness, and a deep respect for the well being of others. Imagine a world where leaders prioritize personal gain over the needs of their team, where decisions are driven by expediency rather than ethical considerations. Ethical leadership isn't just a personal choice, it's a responsibility that extends far beyond the individual leader. It's about recognizing that our actions as leaders create a ripple effect, influencing not only those around us but also shaping the very fabric of our organizations and communities. When leaders make ethical choices, they inspire trust, foster collaboration, and create a culture of accountability. Conversely, unethical leadership can lead to cynicism, distrust, and ultimately the erosion of organizational and societal values. Concern for others. Now flip the script. What happens when a leader operates without an ethical compass? The consequences can be devastating. Unethical leadership creates a toxic environment where fear, suspicion, and self-interest prevail. Remember that ripple effect we talked about? Well, with unethical leadership, those ripples spread outward, eroding trust not just within the immediate team but throughout the entire organization. This lack of trust can manifest in countless ways: decreased morale, reduced productivity, increased conflict, and a higher likelihood of unethical behavior trickling down the ranks. It creates a climate where people are afraid to speak up, to challenge the status quo, or to hold each other accountable. History is full of examples that illustrate the profound impact of both ethical and unethical leadership. Think about leaders like Nelson Mandela, known for his unwavering commitment to justice and equality, or Malala Yousafzai, who risked her life to advocate for education for girls. Their actions, driven by deep ethical convictions, inspired millions and created lasting positive change. On the other hand, we've also witnessed the devastating consequences of unethical leadership. From corporate scandals like Enron to political corruption cases, the lack of ethical principles has led to financial ruin, shattered reputations, and a loss of public trust. These examples serve as stark reminders that ethical leadership is not optional. It's a critical ingredient for success, both for individuals and for organizations as a whole. Collaboration, and ultimately organizational success. Section 2: Empathy in Action. Understanding and responding to others. Let's talk about empathy. It's the ability to step into someone else's shoes, to understand their perspective, and to connect with them on a human level. Now, you might be thinking, what does empathy have to do with leadership? The answer: everything. Ethical leaders understand that their decisions impact real people with real lives and real emotions. They make an effort to understand the needs, concerns, and aspirations of their team members, recognizing that everyone brings a unique set of experiences and perspectives to the table. Empathy allows leaders to build strong relationships, to create a more inclusive and supportive work environment, and to make decisions that consider the well being of all stakeholders. It's about leading with your heart as well as your head. So, Archin, Section 3, Courage Under Fire. Standing up for what's right. Being an ethical leader isn't always easy. There will be times when you face tough choices, situations where the easy path diverges from the right path. This is where courage comes in, the unwavering commitment to doing what's right, even when it's difficult, unpopular, or even risky. Courageous leaders stand up for their beliefs even in the face of opposition. They challenge the status quo, speak truth to power, and advocate for what they know to be just and fair. They understand that ethical leadership is not about blindly following the crowd, it's about having the conviction to chart your own course, guided by your values and a deep sense of purpose. It's about being a beacon of integrity, illuminating the path for others to follow, even when the journey is fraught with challenges. Own ethical decision making, values, even when it's difficult. It's about walking the talk, demonstrating through our behavior that our words are more than just empty platitudes. Ciulla provides real world examples of ethical dilemmas faced by leaders across various sectors, from business and politics to healthcare and education. These case studies challenge us to think critically about the trade offs involved, to weigh the potential consequences of our decisions, and to develop strategies for navigating these complexities with integrity and wisdom. It's about recognizing that ethical leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the courage to ask the right questions, to seek out diverse perspectives, and to make the best possible decision in the face of uncertainty and the greater good. Section 2, When Interests Collide. Navigating Ethical Trade-offs. Let's face it, the path of ethical leadership is rarely a straight line. Along the way, we are bound to encounter forks in the road, situations where different values clash, and where there's no easy or obvious right answer. These are the moments when we are forced to confront ethical trade offs, to weigh competing priorities and make difficult choices. Imagine, for instance, a leader who's facing pressure to cut costs in order to meet quarterly earnings targets. They could choose to lay off employees, a move that would certainly benefit the bottom line in the short term, but would have devastating consequences for the individuals and families affected. Or they could explore alternative solutions, perhaps involving some shared sacrifice, that prioritize the well being of their team, even if it means taking a hit on their own performance bonuses. These are the kinds of tough calls that ethical leaders face, and there's no magic formula for getting it right every time. Of the 21st century, with integrity, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the greater good. The journey of ethical leadership is not a destination. It's a lifelong pursuit, a continuous process of self reflection, growth, and learning from our experiences. It's about understanding our values, recognizing our blind spots, and challenging ourselves to live up to our highest aspirations. Ethical leadership is not about achieving perfection. It's about striving for excellence, making a conscious effort to do the right thing, even when it's hard. It's about creating a virtuous cycle where our actions inspire others, fostering a culture of integrity and accountability. The stakes have never been higher. The decisions we make today will shape the world for future generations. Will we choose self interest and short term gain, or embrace the rewarding path of ethical leadership? True leadership is about service and making a positive impact. Let us lead with integrity, compassion, and a commitment to the common good. The time for ethical leadership is now.